What's up, y'all? How are y'all? Let's see. Let me make sure we're good to go. What's up, y'all? Yep, we are good to go. Want to make sure that y'all can see me. Um, Yep, we are good. Y'all, I'm not used to this. This setup is different than the one I have at home. Y'all, I am at the DecoExchange warehouse this week, so videos this week are gonna be from here. Okay. So I was kind of rummaging through. I have a stash. Damon has a stash, but I found this sign. Have a little faith. Y'all know we always have to have a little bit of faith. So, but this sign is really, really colorful. And while I did choose some colorful flowers, my bow, I don't want it to be that colorful. I want a nice neutral color bow. So I opted for a solid tan burlap ribbon, y'all. And it's just an everyday staple to have. I always make sure I have a solid burlap ribbon in my stash. Okay, so we are gonna do our bow and our florals first, and then we're gonna add our sign. But before we do that, we are gonna add our mounting squares. I'm not gonna punch holes in this one, so we are gonna add our mounting squares. Good morning, everybody. Y'all remember we are live here on YouTube every Tuesday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. Good morning, y'all. So I used that rapid fuse and 2 mounting squares to my sign. And now we're gonna just set that off to the side and we're gonna let that cool. I mean, not cool, we're gonna let it harden. Okay. But we are gonna make our bow. So on our bow, I wanna make a 12-inch tail. So 12 inches. And then we're gonna start in with our loops, which we're gonna start off at 8 inches. Pinch and twist. Even though this has a definite, there's no definite ugly and pretty side, I still always pinch and twist. Okay, 8 inches. Good morning, y'all. Pinch and twist. Now we're gonna go up to 9 inches. Pinch and twist. 9 inches. So like I said, that sign was already super colorful and I really want a nice, just basic colored ribbon. You could have chosen a different colored solid ribbon. Like that sign has yellow, pink, blue, purple, orange, I believe. So you can really choose any color ribbon that's a neutral, something that doesn't have a lot of pattern in it. So the next set of loops is 10 inches, pinch and twist. Inches, pinch and twist. And y'all, the grapevine I'm using, I believe, is a 16-inch oval grapevine. Those can be found at DecoExchange.com. So now I'm going to make a tail at about 14 inches. Okay. So that's what our bow should look like. So we did 8, 9, and 10 inches loops. Yeah, you can always do that recipe on your easy bow maker. I always just do my bows by hand. Good morning, y'all. Okay. So this is our bow so far. Just a real nice basic bow for our wreath. So I'm gonna get that and I'm gonna tie that into that grapevine. Now there's a definite ugly and a pretty side to this grapevine. I'm gonna stick it right here. Okay, so just running that pipe cleaner through our grapevine. Y'all know I like to make sure I always hide my mechanics. The pipe cleaner being considered a mechanic, you don't want people to see all that. Okay, so kind of fluffing our bow. Got our tails. And I'm gonna dovetail those ribbons. And just curl them up a little bit. Okay, so I pulled these. These are a new pick that they got in. 62693. This is blue. Y'all, this is such a really pretty pick. And we're only gonna need 2 of these. So you wanna fluff these out. These are available at DecoExchange.com, along with other colors and other different styles of picks and stems. So we are gonna need 2 of these. 1, 2. Okay, so we're gonna start off with these picks first. And you notice I didn't put my sign in there yet because I want to make sure that I have enough room for those words to be able to be read. So I'm just going to trim that stem down, getting some hot glue. Run that back behind that bow, offering that stem just a little bit of a curve. So bringing this other one, coming back right down below that bow, running it through that grapevine. So y'all, that's what we should have so far. Look how pretty those 2 picks look just in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna trim these up in the back already. Okay, so that's what we should have so far. So next, I am gonna bring in some of this fern. I really love this fern. This is 43521. It is available at DecoExchange.com. And it's a really nice, airy fern. I really like this one. So I'm gonna go through and I'm just gonna start sticking some of these pieces of greenery throughout that grapevine. to start tying, start filling up some of those empty spots. So coming back under that bow, could definitely need some greenery right in there. And I am going to use this whole stem, this whole bush. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are watching us. So just coming through and adding this greenery. Y'all, I really love that, the look and feel of that greenery. So this stem right here has a little bit of length to it. So I am going to come up through this very bottom piece, and because it's got a little length to it, I'm able to extend it just a little bit longer than some of our other pieces. Not by too much, but a little bit. Okay, so y'all look how pretty that looks with that greenery, those two stems, and the bow. So next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in another type of fern. This one is 43246. It is available at DecoExchange.com. DecoExchange or ShopLikeJordan.com, whichever one you want to use, they both take you to the same place. Okay. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of greenery. We are just going to start adding these in. The color of this one, it's kind of like an ombre effect. So it starts off really bright and then it gets really light towards the tips. So coming in through, in between some of those greenery that we already added. Just to add that little bit of variation. I love using different types of greenery. And this has really become one of my new favorites. And I've only been here a few days. But definitely one of my new favorites. I love this greenery. Okay, so you see how we added that in, and it's just a different type of greenery, and it offers just a little bit different color and texture. Okay, so next I'm going to come under the bottom of the bow, and we're going to start adding some more in. Okay. So just got to make sure that I'm adding these in using my hot glue. Y'all, a lot of these greeneries are what I like to call pushables, meaning you can adjust the stem if you want it really tight like that, or you can come back through and make it a little bit more airy looking. I love a pushable greenery. Y'all, if you've seen us the past few days, y'all know the crew was here, Candy crew. They have already left. They left early this morning, y'all. I wasn't even up. I said my see you laters last night. So notice how I said it's a pushable, and I was able to make that nice and a little bit more tight because I want that like right center into that bow. So y'all, you could definitely, after I add this last piece in, you could stop if you wanted to, and you'd have a really great spring wreath. I want to make sure add our sign. Yes, that's gonna be perfect. So that's exactly where I want my sign. I didn't want to cover up a lot of that lettering of the word faith, so that's where we're gonna put that sign. I am gonna use my 2 pipe cleaners because we didn't put mounting squares on this sign. So it is ready to go. Run that pipe cleaner through my grapevine. Sure, I can try and zoom in a little bit, y'all. Sorry. Oh, no, what did I do? So I'm just running that pipe cleaner through that grapevine. And next I'm gonna add this other pipe cleaner to the grapevine. And let's see. Perfect. So just tying that around the grapevine, and I just went through the grapevine. Like I said earlier, I like to make sure I hide a lot of my mechanics. That way people don't see, like, oh, the pipe cleaner's on the outside. I always try and make sure that that's on the inside of that. Okay. So you could definitely stop there if you wanted to, which we just have an oval grapevine, 2 greenery, 2 picks, 2 floral picks, and 2 types of greenery, and a simple burlap bow. But y'all, I picked out this color, these yellow stems, and I really, really like this one. This one's 80152. So I'm gonna trim some of those up, because that bright yellow, there's a lot of yellow in that sign. So I want to bring in some more yellow, because there's blue, there's pink, there's green, but I want to bring in this yellow. This is not a kit, this is just stuff I pulled together from the warehouse. So right now it is, what day is it, y'all? The 28th of February? All this stuff is available at DecoExchange.com or ShopLikeJordan.com. Whichever link you use, those do go to the same place. Okay, so now I'm just getting this yellow flower stem using my hot glue gun. Y'all know I'm not a glue pot person. And I am just adding these, filling in some of those empty spots that I see. So you see how that yellow really just made things pop. You've got the yellows, the blues, the greens, some pinks, not a lot of pinks. And then some of these tips are a little bit of purple, so really it picks up all of the colors on that sign. That's why I chose the neutral colored bow, because I didn't want that bow to be super overpowering with this. Y'all, it's March 1st already? I can't believe it's March 1st already. I always forget February is a short month. So just coming through, adding little pieces of this greenery here and there, just to bring in that yellow. Okay, so I have a spot right here that needs some right above this little, they call it thistle, but y'all, it looks like a little sea urchin to me. Looks like something you would see in a fish tank. That little blue thing right there. To me, I feel like that belongs in a fish tank, not in a flower bush. Okay, so I have one last stem, and I'm going to extend this out just a little bit, because remember, like I said, it is a pushable, but this was one of my longer stems that I had available to use. So, bring some of that yellow down into this wreath where there's a lot of green, okay? But y'all, that's our wreath that we made today. Just a really simple grapevine. There's only, so we start off with our grapevine, the Have a Little Faith sign. This is available at DecoExchange. It is, let me get y'all the SKU for it so y'all know which to look for. TB-004A. This is the 12-inch sign, but you could gladly use the 10-inch sign. There is a 10-inch version and a 12-inch version of this sign. Okay, but notice how all of these colors are in this sign, but I really didn't want to overpower it with that bow. So that bow is a little bit more simple. It's just a nice neutral color of the burlap ribbon. I love using burlap ribbons in designs like this because it allows me to bring in colors throughout with the flowers or with the sign. Okay, so we started off with that oval grapevine, then we did our bow, then we added in our two floral stems, which had all the different colors, which was the blues, the yellows. Then we added in two bushes of greenery, which is our fern, and then this other soft looking fern. I don't know what the name of it is, y'all. And then we added in our yellow, our little yellow flowers. Okay. So something super quick, easy, and y'all, if you didn't want to use the sign, you didn't have to. You could definitely just have a really pretty spring wreath without the sign. And y'all know I love to see some of the grapevine, so you can still see some of the grapevine down here and some up here. You can't see a lot of it, but you can still see some of the grapevine. Okay. So y'all, that's really all I have today. Remember, we are live here on YouTube Tuesday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then again on, let me zoom out a little bit. So 11 a.m. Central Standard Time here on YouTube, and then 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on the DecoExchange Facebook page. You can catch me there Tuesday through Friday unless something happens, but it's pretty consistent that those are the days that I'm on. We have Tuesday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube, and then 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook. Okay? So y'all, that's really all I have today. Something super quick, easy, simple, and I will see y'all later, okay?